Imagine waking up one morning and realizing you can rise from bed without groaning, without bracing your arms, without that dull ache in your hips or knees. Picture standing tall in front of the mirror and seeing not frailty, but strength, quiet, dignified strength. What if I told you that one small habit, done before bed each night, could make that your reality? Now, I know that might sound like a stretch, but stay with me, because this is not about empty promises or miracle cures. This is about science. This is about wisdom. And this is about reclaiming something many of us were told is just a natural part of aging, losing muscle. You see, most people think muscle loss is inevitable after a certain age. "Oh, I'm just getting old," they say. But here's what science really says. Muscle decline doesn't happen because we age. It happens because we stop sending our bodies the signal to maintain it. In fact, after the age of 60, we can lose up to 15% of our muscle every 10 years if we do nothing. That's not just about looking frail. It's about losing independence, losing balance, and ultimately losing joy. But here's the beautiful part: we can change that. In just a moment, I'll share the one bedtime ritual Barbara O'Neill recommends to preserve and even rebuild your muscles, no matter your age. But first, let's understand why this matters so deeply. Let me introduce you to Harold. He's 73. A few months ago, Harold found it hard to get out of his favorite recliner. He'd sit there watching TV, knowing that getting up would mean pain. Stiff knees, weak legs, and a sense of dread. But then he made one small change, something so simple, it almost felt silly. And today, Harold walks around the block twice a day, upright, smiling, proud. What changed? Keep listening, because the answer is both simple and profound. Now, before we dive into this nighttime habit that Barbara O'Neill champions, I want to ask you something personal. What would feeling stronger mean for you? Would it mean dancing again? Gardening without pain? Playing with your grandchildren? Just type hope in the comments if you're ready to feel like yourself again. And if this resonates with you, if your heart says yes, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to join our gentle, growing community of lifelong learners. Let's talk about the enemy of muscle strength: sarcopenia. It's a term not everyone knows, but it affects nearly everyone over 60. Sarcopenia is the gradual loss of muscle mass, strength, and function. But here's the key. It's not just from aging. It's from inactivity, from undernutrition, from chronic inflammation and poor sleep. Yes, your nighttime routine could be sabotaging your strength without you even knowing it. Now here's where Barbara O'Neill's wisdom comes in. Barbara has spent decades studying natural health and aging. And one thing she emphasizes is protein. But not just any protein. It's about timing. It's about absorption. And it's about what you pair it with. She often says, your body repairs and builds muscle while you sleep. So if you're not giving it the building blocks at night, you're asking it to build a house without bricks. Think about that. Every night your body wants to rebuild you. But is it getting what it needs? Here's a curiosity loop for you. Did you know that the last thing you eat before bed could make or break your strength in the morning? I'll explain exactly what and how in just a moment. But first, let's talk about how sleep and muscle are deeply connected. Sleep isn't just rest, it's repair. Deep, restorative sleep is when your body releases growth hormone, a key player in muscle regeneration. But here's the surprising part. If you don't have the right amino acids in your bloodstream when that hormone peaks, the rebuilding doesn't happen. Barbara O'Neill recommends a light, high-protein snack within an hour of bedtime. Think cottage cheese or a boiled egg or even a small protein smoothie. Why? Because these foods are rich in casein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your muscles all through the night. Meet Susan, 68. A retired school teacher who thought her leg cramps and morning stiffness were just getting old. But after adding just one hard-boiled egg before bed, everything changed. I wake up ready to move, she told us. and I actually look forward to mornings again. Now, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, what's the last thing you usually eat before bed? Is it helping or harming your recovery? In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through exactly what to eat, when to eat it, and how to make this habit stick. But before that, let's talk about another silent saboteur: blood sugar. Yes, blood sugar, especially the kind that spikes at night from sweets, alcohol, or starchy snacks, can actually block the body's ability to repair muscle. When insulin is high, growth hormone is suppressed, so that nighttime bowl of ice cream might be stealing your strength. But here's the good news. There's a bedtime drink Barbara swears by that not only stabilizes blood sugar, but also supports deep sleep and muscle repair. It's not fancy, it's not expensive, and it's probably already in your kitchen. I'll tell you what it is, and the best way to prepare it. Coming up next, have you ever noticed that you sleep better after a warm drink? There's science behind that. A warm liquid triggers a parasympathetic response in your nervous system, the rest and digest state. And when you combine that warmth with something rich in magnesium and calcium, like warm almond milk with a teaspoon of honey and a dash of turmeric, you're giving your muscles what they crave. We talked about how one small dietary change, like a high-protein bedtime snack, can support muscle preservation overnight. But now let's go deeper. Because nutrition is just one piece of the puzzle. The next step, sending your body a signal that says, I still use these muscles, keep them strong. This is where Barbara O'Neill's evening ritual becomes so powerful. Before we dive in, take a moment, breathe in deeply and slowly exhale. Feel your body settle. This part is about gentle action, not exercise, not strain, just awareness and intention. Barbara teaches that your muscles don't just need fuel, they need reminders. Reminders that you're still living, still moving, still vibrant. And that can come from something as simple as 3 minutes of mindful movement before bed. Let me tell you about George. George is 75, a retired electrician, father of 4, and proud grandfather of 7. For years, George assumed that bedtime was just about brushing his teeth and getting under the covers, but his balance was slipping. His strength was fading. Then, on his daughter's suggestion, he started doing Barbara's bedside trio each night. Now, George sleeps better, walks with more confidence, and even jokes that his arms are coming back. So what is this bedside trio? It's 3 simple movements. First, heel raises. Standing next to your bed, slowly lift your heels off the ground and lower them back down. Do 10. This strengthens your calves and stimulates blood flow. Second, mini squats, just 5 to 10, using a chair for support if needed. This activates the largest muscles in your body, your thighs and glutes, reminding them they're still needed. And third, arm pulses. Stand or sit, extend your arms out, and gently pulse them up and down. This wakes up the shoulder and back muscles, so often forgotten. All in all, it takes less than 3 minutes. But it sends a profound message. Keep me strong. Have you ever noticed how animals stretch before sleeping? Cats, dogs, they intuitively prepare their bodies for rest. As humans, we've forgotten that wisdom. But you can bring it back, starting tonight. Now, let's talk about the breath, because breath is not just air, it's life. And how you breathe before bed can affect everything, from how deeply you sleep to how effectively your body recovers. Barbara recommends a technique called box breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Do this 4 times. That's just 64 seconds of your evening. But it calms your nervous system, stabilizes your heart rate, and prepares your muscles for repair. Here's a curiosity loop for you. Did you know that how you breathe while falling asleep can influence your muscle tone the next day? We'll circle back to this in a moment, but it has to do with oxygen delivery and cellular repair. First, let's touch on something many overlook: magnesium deficiency. Over 70% of older adults are low in magnesium, a mineral essential for muscle relaxation and protein synthesis. Without it, muscles stay tight, recovery is slow, and sleep is shallow. Barbara's advice: a warm magnesium foot soak before bed, or a topical magnesium oil rubbed into your calves. It's soothing, it's simple, and it works. Now back to the breath. When you breathe shallowly, chest rising quickly, mouth open, you limit oxygen to your tissues. Over time, this can slow muscle repair. But nasal breathing, especially during the first stages of sleep, ensures a steady, rich oxygen flow. Barbara recommends placing a drop of eucalyptus oil on your pillow or using a nasal strip if needed. It's small, but it matters. Let me introduce you to Elaine. She's 69, a widow, a painter, and someone who struggled with waking up exhausted, stiff, sore, disheartened. But after adding magnesium oil and nasal breathing to her bedtime routine, she told us, "I feel like I'm finally giving my body what it needs." Elaine says she wakes up now with fewer aches and more inspiration to paint. Have you ever felt like your mornings are harder than they should be? Let's shift gears for a moment and talk about something emotional, because muscle isn't just physical, it's tied to our identity. Think back to when you felt strong, capable, useful. Maybe you carried groceries for a neighbor, picked up your grandchild, or even danced in the kitchen to your favorite song. Losing muscle can feel like losing part of yourself. But the truth is, you're still in there. That version of you still exists, and it's not too late to find them again. One of Barbara's most touching stories is about a man named Louis. He was 81, frail, alone. He didn't believe anything could change, but he started with just one boiled egg at night, then added the heel raises, then the magnesium. Slowly, steadily, something shifted. Louis began painting again, not because he planned to, but because he felt like it. And that's the heart of this. Not just adding years to your life, but life to your years. Here's another curiosity loop for you. What do arthritis, weak muscles, and poor sleep all have in common? They're often tied to chronic inflammation. And there's one spice, beloved in traditional medicine and backed by science, that can help. You might have guessed it: turmeric. Barbara recommends a small evening turmeric tonic. A warm cup of almond milk, a pinch of turmeric, black pepper to boost absorption, and a teaspoon of raw honey. It's calming, it's anti-inflammatory, and it nourishes your muscles and joints. We've covered a lot so far, but you might be wondering, how do I put this all together? Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through a simple, repeatable evening ritual that ties it all together in just a moment. But first, have you noticed any of these in your own life? Feeling weaker when standing up, trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, aches that linger longer than they used to, feeling disconnected from your body. If any of these resonate, just know you are not alone, and you are not broken. Your body is simply asking for support. And the best part? That support is gentle, natural, and within reach. We've explored the science, the stories, the subtle signals your body sends when it needs help. And now, it's time to put it all into action, together. Because here's the truth. Information is only power when it's used. Knowing what to do is a start, but doing it, consistently, lovingly, is where the magic happens. So let's go step by step through this evening ritual. Not as a checklist, but as a ceremony. A way of honoring yourself. A way of saying, I am still here, and I still matter. Step 1. The evening tonic. Start with warmth. Warm drinks signal the body it's time to relax, to shift into rest and restore mode. Barbara O'Neill recommends a soothing turmeric tonic. Here's her favorite version. 1 cup of warm almond milk, 1/4 teaspoon turmeric, a pinch of black pepper to activate curcumin, 1 teaspoon of raw honey, optional, a pinch of cinnamon for extra comfort. Sip it slowly. Let it coat your throat. Let the warmth spread through your chest. This isn't just comfort, it's chemistry. Turmeric reduces inflammation. Black pepper boosts absorption. Honey calms the nervous system. And almond milk brings in calcium and magnesium. both crucial for muscle relaxation and bone strength. Imagine ending each day not with television static or scrolling noise, but with this quiet healing moment. A warm cup, the day unwinding. Step 2. The protein snack. About 30 minutes after your tonic, have your bedtime snack. This is not indulgence, it's investment. Your muscles need amino acids to repair, and at night, when growth hormone peaks, your body goes to work rebuilding, if it has the right materials. Barbara often suggests 1 hard-boiled egg, or a half cup of cottage cheese, or a scoop of casein-based protein powder mixed with water. These are rich and slow-digesting proteins. That means your muscles get a steady supply of what they need all through the night. Remember Susan, the retired teacher we mentioned earlier? She was stunned by how 1 boiled egg changed her mornings. "I wake up with a bounce," she told us. "Like my legs remembered how to move again." What would your mornings feel like with just this one change? Step 3. The bedside trio. Next, movement. Not strenuous, not sweaty, just 3 simple gestures to remind your body. These muscles still matter. Heel raises. Stand tall, lift your heels, lower gently, 10 times. Feel your calves engage. Mini squats. Using a chair or bedpost for balance, lower and rise, 5 to 10 times. Activate thighs and glutes. Arm pulses. Extend your arms out. Pulse gently up and down for 30 seconds. Wake up the shoulders and upper back. It's just 3 minutes, but those minutes whisper a message to your muscles. Stay strong, stay ready, I need you. One viewer, Martha, age 74, called this her evening blessing. She said, "It's like tucking my muscles into bed." Step 4. Magnesium and breath. Let's shift to stillness. Rub magnesium oil into your calves, thighs, or shoulders, or soak your feet in warm water with Epsom salts. Magnesium isn't just about preventing cramps. It calms the nervous system, relaxes tight muscles, and prepares the body for deep sleep. As the magnesium works, practice this simple breath work. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Repeat 4 times. This is called box breathing, used by Navy SEALs to manage stress, and by sleep therapists to induce relaxation. It calms your heart rate, lowers cortisol, and centers your mind. You might feel a subtle shift, a softness. That's your body letting go of the day. Step 5. A gentle mindset reset. Finally, as you lie down, ask yourself this: what did I do today that I'm proud of? Maybe you made a phone call you'd been putting off, took a short walk, smiled at a stranger, chose hope. Reflect on it. Let the warmth of that moment settle in your chest. End your day in celebration, not criticism. You are doing beautifully. Now, I want to tell you one more story. It's about a woman named Joan. Joan is 81. She lives alone in a small town in Oregon. Her husband passed 5 years ago. Her children live far. She says most days feel quiet, sometimes too quiet. When she first heard about this nighttime ritual, she scoffed. "What difference will it make?" she asked. But one night, she tried it. Just the warm drink and the egg. The next night, she added the stretches. A week later, she found herself looking forward to bedtime, not to sleep, but to this new rhythm. Her ritual, she emailed us and said, "I don't know if my muscles are stronger yet, but I feel like I'm stronger." That's the point. This isn't just about muscle. It's about identity, dignity, renewal. We often talk about longevity, but what we really want is vitality, energy, confidence, the ability to live life, not just exist in it. And that's why this ritual matters, because every night is a chance to rebuild, not just your body, but your sense of self. Now, I want you to pause, place a hand over your heart, feel it beating. That rhythm is your life. And every step you take toward caring for it, nourishing it, moving it, resting it, is a step toward a life of meaning and joy. So what happens next? If this video has moved you, helped you, given you hope, please subscribe. Not for me, for you, so you never miss the tools that can keep you strong and connected. Give this video a thumbs up if you believe your best days can still lie ahead. That small act helps others discover this message, others who might need it more than they know. And in the comments, tell me one thing. What part of this ritual are you most excited to try? Is it the warm tonic, the breath work, the 3-minute movement, or maybe just the feeling of doing something good for yourself again? I read every comment, because this isn't just a video, it's a conversation, a community, a circle of people choosing to grow stronger, together. Here's the truth. Life doesn't stop giving you chances, and your body hasn't stopped responding. Even if you've been through surgeries, setbacks, or sorrow, your cells are still listening. They're waiting for your signal. This one small ritual, done with intention, could change everything. It helped Harold walk taller. It helped Susan sleep deeper. It helped Joan feel like herself again. And maybe, just maybe, it will help you rediscover something beautiful inside yourself. Because you are not done. You are still becoming. You are still radiant. So tonight begin with warmth, with movement, with breath, and let tomorrow greet a stronger, brighter, more hopeful you. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come.